Paris, c'était la gaieté Paris, c'était la douceur aussi.
Like I mentioned last week, your hotels are going to be based on the things that you want to see in Paris. And if you're going for the more touristy experience versus you want to stay completely away from the touristy experiences, then that's what you would decide what hotels and where it is that you want to stay within the city. As for me, I wanted to do the touristy things. I had seen pictures of all, the museums and these beautiful landmarks, and especially being a French major back in college, and then I took it for 4 years back in high school. I was obsessed with pretty much anything French. So when I went to Paris, I wanted to see everything that I used to see in my textbooks. I wanted to see the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, the Champs-Élysées. So basically all things that are touristy. So if you're interested in hearing a list of things worth seeing, then just keep on watching. I thought that it was one of the most beautiful things I had ever seen. On the hour, I think starting around 7 p.m., just depends on when it starts to get dark, then the whole Eiffel Tower sparkles, and it's so pretty. I'll include a video for you all to see. And it does that every hour until I think 1 a.m. And at 1 a.m., the yellow lights shut off, and then it's just the white lights that sparkle through, and it's just super pretty. So what I've done multiple times is just grab some food, some bread or a baguette and croissants and fromage and a bottle of wine or a bottle of champagne, whatever you're fancy, and just have a picnic out there. So we did it during the day once, we did it in the evening, and it's just really nice. They have a lot of open grass, so you can just bring a blanket and have a seat. Oh yeah, and the view is just so hideous. So another place that I like to visit often is the Notre Dame. And so the Notre Dame is this ginormous old cathedral, and pictures will never do it justice unless you're this amazing photographer, which I am not by any means. And all the pictures that I've taken that I think, oh, that's a really nice picture, but then I look at what Notre Dame actually looks like, and no, it doesn't even come close. If you're interested in that older architecture and seeing the really, really big stained glass windows, then I highly recommend that to you. It doesn't cost anything to go in. You can just walk around and, tour by yourself or in a group, but you just got to keep it relatively quiet. There are people who are sitting silently in prayer, or there could be a mass going on. Just depends on what day of the week it is and the time and everything. So I highly recommend Notre Dame. The third place I want to talk about is the Louvre Museum. So I will warn you, that place is huge and it's a maze. I've been 3 times, and I am 99.99% certain that I still have yet to see everything that museum has to offer. There is just so much. I think it has 3 floors. There's a basement level. You have the ground floor, the second floor, and on top of that, it's separated into different wings, and then the wings have wings, and those have even little wings. It's insane. So what I learned, I kind of didn't mean to learn doing that the first time, but the first time I went, I was like, I definitely have to see the Mona Lisa. I love Leonardo da Vinci. I love his work. And so I just looked to see if they had anything specifically for him other than Mona Lisa, which they do. They have a hall that leads up to the Mona Lisa. So that's what I did. The second time and third time that I went, I had different paintings or different artists in mind that I wanted to see, and I kind of had their location already marked out, because if you kind of go in there, just lost, you could just be wandering, and you'll see a lot, but it's have a plan or buy a tour ahead of time. And speaking of doing things ahead of time, definitely get your tickets ahead of time, especially if you're going to go during the peak times of the year. The lines to get in, unless you're going maybe super early or later in the evening, the lines are pretty long outside. But if you buy your tickets beforehand, what you could do is you buy the day that you're going to go and the time. You get there 15 minutes early, and you get to basically go to this other separate line, and you just, you go right in. And with that, you can also purchase, if you wanted to do an audio tour or anything like that. So definitely get your tickets before you go. Have them printed. I think they're definitely more into paper style versus mobile. I don't even remember if they did a mobile. So print your tickets, make sure to bring them. If not, there are some other booths like across the street that you can probably buy them and print them out and then head back over. But waiting in the long line is just, yeah, it takes a very long time. I'm slowly shifting to my left because the sun is chasing me here. So the next place I suggest you go to if you're into shopping is the Champs-Élysées. So the Champs-Élysées is a street that leads up to the Arc de Triomphe, and it is known as one of the richest streets, if not the richest in the world. And when you walk it, you will know why. The Champs-Élysées is lined with jewelry stores with the highest designers, makeup, perfume. It looks beautiful. And there are restaurants all along the way or nearby. Jake and I actually ate at a restaurant that was really close by. And you can see the Arc de Triomphe like towards the end, which I'll get to here next. The Arc de Triomphe is at the end of the Champs-Élysées. And if like you looked at it from a bird's eye view on a map, you'll see that there are, I think it's like 5 or 6 streets that meet at the Arc de Triomphe, and that's like the dead center. So in order to get there, because it is essentially the middle of this giant roundabout, you actually have to go through a tunnel like underground. And there are signs nearby. Another place that I recommend is the Luxembourg Garden. That's if you're more into just taking a stroll, or you want to go have a picnic somewhere, you like flowers and sculptures and trees, because that place has all of the above. They have little kiosks where you can buy coffee and like a croissant. There are people like playing checkers, playing chess. There's shaded areas. There are more sunny areas. There are tables and chairs that are already there for you to sit. Pretty ponds, and I just love going, especially when the weather's really nice. Just bring some food out and you just hang out. A few other places or things you can see and do. The catacombs, and those are like the crypts that are down underneath the streets of Paris. If you're looking for something a little more romantic to do, then you could always take one of the boat tours, the boat tours that go down the Seine, and you do that, you book that ahead of time. There's the option for either a lunch or a dinner, and you can even do like an upgraded package where you get like 2 glasses of champagne, and it's like this nighttime thing, super romantic. Or even just walking down the Seine. The Seine will connect you to a lot of those bigger places, and there are all these like stand-up shops that they sell like old books and like paintings. And at night, it's super pretty. There are all the bridges and the lights, and yeah, like I said before, it's the view is so terribly awful. Now that I'm pretty much shifted to the other side of this board, that's all that I have for you all today. Hopefully you like this list. Again, Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, Champs-Élysées, along with the Arc de Triomphe, the Luxembourg Garden. Take a stroll down the Seine. Take a boat ride down the Seine. Any of these things, even if you only see 1 or 2 of them, it will be absolutely worth your while, worth your time. I love Paris. That's why I have gone so many times, and I definitely am trying to make it my mission to go as much as I can. So next part of the series, I'm thinking about food and beverage, but if there's any other, there's Autumn, if there's any other topic that you want to hear about, or you have questions, please let me know. Comment them down below. Send me an email. I'm always open to, answer whatever questions that you guys might have. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and press the like down below. Thank you all so much. A bientôt.